Good morning. It's Sunday the 29th of November, and once again it's a pleasure to be able to welcome you to this week's worship from home. You may be interested to know that the Mission Steering Group met on Tuesday evening and primarily discussed the planning for the Advent season. You will be reassured that this year, as in previous years, we are still planning to hold a core carol service, a watch night service and a Christmas Day service. Details will come your way during this next week. As we continue to plan the details of what our worship will look like in the first half of 2021, I want to specifically address the topic of participation. Our weekly meetings already involve a huge number of the core family and represent a wide cross-section of abilities and interests. I have twice before put out an open invitation to be involved either in spoken word or in musical participation. And if you feel that this is something that you would like to do and as yet have not been a contributor, then please drop me a message or an email and your help will be warmly welcomed. The more people that have ownership of this means of service, then so much the better. The toy appeal is progressing well, and once again I thank all those who have been involved in any way. Now our guests this week are Lieutenants Tom and Rachel Dunham, who are currently serving as the Corps officers in one of the Plymouth Corps. And it's our privilege to welcome them as they introduce us to the first of our Advent reflections. Before the singing of our first song, let's ponder once again the significance of the season as we prepare our hearts by lighting the first Advent candle.
A familiar flame is ignited, a flame of hope, to remind us again of the road we have travelled. For the very light that we have kindled exists only because our God once declared that it should be. And though we struggle to make sense of the world that surrounds us, and pathways ahead are shrouded in uncertainty and foreboding, we will not surrender to despair or indifference, for God's purpose prevails even when obscured by our expectations. Its light draws our eyes away from the darkness, the confusion and struggles of this earthly journey, not to escape or ignore their reality, but to remember that in every circumstance, God is present. And spurred by the stories of God's hand in our history, inspired by the example of those who have been caught up in His purpose, we open ourselves to be servants of the Most High, to embrace the present, assured of God's faithfulness.